This video is going to be interesting. I'm only allowed to choose 10 fragrances out of my entire collection and out of my entire experience of owning hundreds of fragrances over the years to be the sexiest current fragrances right now. When it comes to attractive fragrances, everyone has their own taste, but I think these 10 right here will be attractive to a wide variety of people. Not all of these I even like myself actually, but I just think they work, they are attractive. They are those silver bullet fragrances that some men are looking for. Let's begin. Hey guys, the first reviews of our previous release, Mr. Momentum, are already looking great, and our next release is going to be Mr. Mesmeric, a mature date night fragrance that brings a new idea to the industry. It's going to be a limited pre-order like our previous releases, so make sure you sign up for the pre-order notifications in the link down below. This is in no particular order, by the way. I'll start off with Acqua di Gio Parfum. The Acqua di Gio DNA is king in general. We did a recent public reaction video last year in the summertime where Acqua di Gio Parfum came out on top. It is a very classical citrus, aquatic, woody DNA. That's one of the most popular men's fragrance lines of all time. The Parfum recreates the original Essenza, which was discontinued. So it's a bit more metallic, herbaceous, very masculine, nice and clean for the daytime, as opposed to Profumo, which I think works both in the day and night. This is long lasting, around 12 hours with a medium projection. There was some reformulations. Maybe my bottle here, it's a reformulation. Maybe I need to wear this again actually, but either way, it still smells great. So the Acqua di Gio DNA in general, as long as it's the main line, is very sexy. I would say go for the Parfum or Profumo if you can still get it. Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir. I think I have a very appropriately sized bottle for this creation. I think it's great, it's just not my style, but I will say, right now, this is one of the best, most sexy fragrances out there. A wide variety of guys will love this. Loud, sweet, smooth, vanilla that projects beautifully. It's very attractive, very well blended, and lasts 12 hours. This is the clubbing fragrance right now in my opinion. It's a great vanilla scent overall in general. There's notes like honey in there. I think there's a tobacco note, I'm not sure, I can't remember now, but it doesn't smell like that. I don't think the note breakdown is quite accurate. I think it's a very simplistic scent that has very nice, strong, woody ambers with a very prominent vanilla. Very beautiful scent. It is simplistic, that's my main gripe with it. But otherwise, I think you can wear this all year round. It's good value for money. I wouldn't say this is a summertime fragrance overall, but I think it's a 3 out of 4 season scent. Beautiful scent, works for a wide variety of age groups as well. This is very attractive. 37.9% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys really want to see our channel grow, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Or we can go for Parfum as well. I just think this DNA is still king. It is so well balanced. Dark, tall, and handsome, or tall, dark, and handsome is the saying, isn't it? And I think this fragrance fits that. It's just so versatile and timeless. Made in 2010, but doesn't smell outdated at all. This is your dumb reach grab and go. I know it's a very obvious pick for all of these kind of lists, but it's the honest truth. This has to make it on this list. It has to feature. Bleu de Chanel still king. I still prefer it over something like Dior Homme 2020. I still make that comparison. Maybe you guys disagree, but don't go for that fragrance. Go for this instead. This is such an incredible scent. Chanel's Allure en Sport. Quality-wise, and personally, I actually think maybe Edition Blanche is my favorite from the entire line, but for attractiveness purposes, this will do it. Sporty, fresh, creamy musks with some orange and aquatics in here. This is elegance done in a very likable and casual way. One of the best flankers, I think, is probably my second after Edition Blanche. Versatile, 8 hours, all year round. You can wear this as your fresh dumb reach. That's not a Bleu fragrance, so it makes you stand out a little bit more. I think it's really underrated compared to the usually more hyped Eau Extreme. Eau Extreme is nice, don't get me wrong, but I personally prefer the original Sport. I think more guys should check it out. Plus, this has made features in many of my top most complimented fragrance lists many times. There's always features in those lists. L'Instant de Guerlain Eau de Parfum. I used to own an Eau de Toilette of this bottle. Don't waste your time with the Eau de Toilette. Go for the Eau de Parfum. Incredible fragrance. A really super versatile, romantic signature you can wear in the day and night, 3 out of 4 seasons, not in the summertime. This reminds me of Dior Homme Intense in the sense of the style, not necessarily in the notes. I don't think they're clones. I don't think it's redundant to own both. I think they're different enough. But this is powdery cacao with a spicy star anise note in the opening, so it kind of has that slight licorice vibe, but it's not like a polarizing licorice. I don't like licorice the sweets personally, but this is spicy, warm, woody, ambery, as well as that cacao in there is very iconic and distinct. It has that sensitive romantic vibe similar to Dior Homme Intense in my opinion. It has that quality. Guerlain and Dior are king, but Guerlain are just very special in the way they blend their fragrances, very smooth. Not all their scents will be obviously attractive, because sometimes they're a little bit strange in the way they're creative, in the way that us collectors will appreciate, but I think this is creative and extremely attractive. A really great balance to achieve and last 10 hours with a medium projection. A fantastic signature. More of you guys should check this out for the autumn time. Kajal Äican. I can keep on talking about this fragrance forever. I keep saying that this is a silver bullet fragrance. It does everything. 10 out of 10 does everything. It's not even that expensive for a niche fragrance with this quality packaging, the quality ingredients, the blends, longevity. This is a fragrance you guys need to be put onto because it is very, very interesting. Basically, think of something like Tygar with that woody and ambroxan citrus DNA. It's very attractive, mass appealing. Very simplistic, so often Tygar-esque fragrances, I will say, are not usually worth their price tag. This takes that idea as a base, and you might not see every reviewer agree with this, but I think it's there. I think it takes that idea and then adds some really interesting notes like the tropical pineapple and passion fruit, as well as a gourmand, slight gourmand praline notes, making a very sexy, sweet, edible fragrance that smells fresh and sharp enough to be worn as a signature. It's super balanced, unisex. This is sort of, to me, like how I hype up Honor and Glory. That's like the, let's say, the affordable matching functionality of fragrance. So it has that unisex, beautiful blend, interesting fruity, spicy notes. This is like that kind of style as well, oriental, tropical, unisex, long lasting. This is 10 to 12 hours, day and night, all seasons. This is a silver bullet fragrance. It's so unique, yet familiar, yet creative. I just think this is an incredible niche scent. It's one of those releases that I smelled a sample and I got a bottle very quickly after that. I was hooked straight away. Tom Ford Oud Wood. This is an iconic DNA. I think it still does the trick. It's woody, handsome, musky, warm, spicy, ambery, inviting, beautifully balanced. This is a cold weather scent. I wouldn't say you should wear this DNA in the summertime, but if you can get the old formulation of Oud Wood, I think the new formulation is pretty good as well, to be honest with you, but a lot of people say it doesn't perform as well. In that case, go for something like Thameen's Carved Oud, or I think Nishane do one called Kredo. I think they do like a Oud Wood-esque kind of fragrance. And I think there's a new Oud Wood Parfum if you want to spend billions of dollars to get that, because it's very expensive. But yeah, there are alternatives to Oud Wood if you don't like the current formulations. The DNA in general is just super sexy. It's unisex marketed, but I think leans more masculine. It's really interesting synthetic oud. It smells like the masculinity of a forest in a really attractive way, which is really creative, really cool, and iconic for a reason. Azzaro The Most Wanted Parfum. A really incredible acquisition for myself recently. This is beautiful, simplistic as well. Fruity, sweet, woody ambers that just projects into the next country. It is beautifully blended, very inviting, warm, sexy. This can work as a date night fragrance, this can work as your head turner. I feel like if you want just pure head turner capabilities, more of a loud clubbing scent, let's say, go for the original The Most Wanted, the black bottle. But The Most Wanted Parfum kind of tones down that playfulness a bit, takes away that toffee note, makes it a bit more romantic, warm, inviting, a little bit less projection, but still good projection. It reminds me more of the Stronger With You line. It's sort of like if Azzaro The Most Wanted went more into the Stronger With You direction, a bit more romantic, evening, inviting. This is a great flanker, getting a lot of hype for a reason. I definitely think you should check this out. Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, Trouble in Paradise. A fragrance I always mention from this brand. Tales from Zanzibar is also great. My first experience with the brand, I think it matches this in terms of creativity, quality. That lasts a little bit longer, that's 10 to 12 hours. This lasts about 8 to 10 hours perhaps. But I will say for sexiness, the attraction factor, Trouble in Paradise has some really sexy notes in there. Very creative as well. Mango, rum, caramel, oud in here. It has this beautiful muskiness from the oud. It smells a little bit Middle Eastern, but still familiar and Western enough to understand from most Western audiences as well. It just does a perfect job at balancing both East and West, in my opinion. I know this is a brand that was made by guys who are from the Emirates, from UAE, but they're based in London, so maybe that explains, it really makes sense. This is a great balance of East and West, very handsome, very attractive. It's unisex, leaning a tiny bit masculine in my opinion. This is a signature material scent as well, in my opinion. You can wear this all year round, day and night. Definitely worth trying, and Tales from Zanzibar, but I think for pure attractiveness, this fragrance wins in the brand currently. And I have to be transparent with you guys, this bottle was gifted to me. I mentioned it, you know, when I first got this bottle from Memoirs of Perfume collector, but then as an influencer, you kind of forget to keep mentioning it. You don't necessarily have to, eventually people understand, but this was gifted to me. But I definitely think this is full bottle worthy, easily worth its price tag. Try it if you can. And lastly, Loewe 7 Cobalt. I picked one spray of this the other night as I was going to bed, and it just reminds me of how attractive this is. This is Bleu perfumery done in a more natural, smooth, and Mediterranean way is the only way I can explain this. Fruity, peppery, woody ambers, a bit of ambroxan in there, but not overpowering. This gives a perfect balance. This smells niche with mass appeal, designer sensibilities at the same time. I get 6 to 8 hours of the medium projection. Spray it a bit more over spray, spraying your clothes. You can go over that 8-hour mark quite easily. This is versatile, more for the warmer weather, but this is your fresh, clean, dumb reach that smells better than most Bleu scents. So more guys need to check this out. You know, I've gotten some great compliments from this, great reactions to this fragrance. I blind bought this fragrance. I think it's a pretty safe blind buy. Of course, guys, you take responsibility with your blind buys. You shouldn't listen to a talking head on the internet about how you spend your money, but if you want a very safe blind buy, I would say this is it. That concludes this video, guys, and I have an interesting question to you. In the comments down below, let us know, what do you think a fragrance needs to have within its composition to make it smell attractive? What do you think just works in general for a wide variety of tastes and age groups and sensibilities? Let us know down below, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my previous video on the sexiest men's fragrances in my collection. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.